My. Let's get it on. Let's get it on and piss nothing. Y'all, what has hit the fan? Now, I ain't been on in a minute, but I'm here now. This was just too much to pass by. It's just a lot upon a lot upon a lot. Honey. Now, on Monday, September the 16th, Diddy gets arrested. Apparently, he was already in New York a few weeks prior to turn himself in. I'm assume was supposed to be on Tuesday. But because there's this concealed indictment and his lawyers did not know of this indictment, I feel as if they were believing that it would just be charges brought against him, because in the article it says he was here for the charges. He knew this was coming down, but I believe that they thought it was charges that was going to be brought against him. And I believe that's the only reason why he was pretty much brought to New York prior to. They believed that he would just turn himself in and they would, instantly bond him out, and it'd be like right back to business as usual. So I believe it is safe to say that the feds had shocked everyone up, picking him up early, which was on Monday evening. Now, i.e., there's a sealed indictment. Therefore, we're not going to wait for him to bring himself in and so that you can walk back out with him. That's not happening. This is not going down. Not on our watch, is what the feds are saying. Now that we know that they're not charges that's being brought against my guy, earlier, let me just remind y'all about early Monday morning. One of the Diddy's lawyers was trying to get a default judgment thrown out for $100 million from an inmate that is in Michigan's prison. Now, this inmate that is in Michigan's prison, oh my gosh, he's totally in there on 14 counts of child stuff, on child things, and it's horrific. I don't really understand why wouldn't nobody look into that, but that's neither here nor there. Also, they wanted to get a TRO removed off of the properties. That's a temporary restraining order for those who don't know what a TRO is. I believe it was and then not only was they trying to get this TRO, I believe they were anticipating him turning himself in, because his lawyer was very frantic. He was willing to almost get contempt of court because he kept trying to, like, hey, like it was like an emergency that he needed these things done as soon as possible. I guess anticipating that tomorrow he gonna turn himself in, and therefore we need these properties in order to give him bail. I'm not sure, but the lawyer was very, very much so frantic. with the what is it? The Smith. I think his last name is Smith. He got two last names actually. The inmate in Michigan, but I believe that they wanted to walk in on Tuesday, find out what the charges is, and immediately bond him out and go on about their merry little lives until further instructions is what I'm thinking. Now, when Diddy got arrested, people were reporting they were reporting that they thought that the arrest would probably be for the Tupac murder case, as well as maybe it could have been for the Kim Porter situation. Oh, how wrong they were. You hear me? They were wrong, I tell you. Wrong. This arrest was really solely from Cassie's case that she filed in November of 2023. And I want to say it was very close to Thanksgiving. I do know it was the very last day of whatever they gave them a year for. They had made some type of statute that you had a year to indict people, no matter how long ago it was or whatever. You could file charges against people for up to a year. And I believe she filed her case on the exact last day of that year. And then so Cassie filed in November of 23. And then in March, they raided Diddy's LA and Miami homes. And then in May, that tape dropped of Diddy beating Cassie in the hallway of that hotel. Okay? That was in May. Okay, so in May they did that. But in September, Diddy is arrested and he's indicted as well. It took all of 10 months. If you really push the timeline, it took 10 months for them to hear Cassie's case out and to okay, so I'ma assume that the reason that they really paid attention to Cassie's case is because Cassie not only sued Diddy, but she also sued the hotel, Diddy companies, and all these things, which raising an eyebrow for the insurance of these things. The insurance company for the hotel, the insurance company for Diddy's businesses as well. So in less than 24 hours, the reason why she got paid was because the insurance company did not want this to be out too long, because this would be a problem, not only for the hotel, but also for Diddy's businesses as well that is insured. So Diddy didn't pay her. It wasn't because Diddy was like, yeah, I'm gonna pay her. No, it had nothing to do with him at all. It was the insurance companies that had actually paid her. And I feel like the feds instantly was like, wait a minute. Yeah, there got to be some truth to this, because these insurance companies would not have paid so quickly if it weren't. So I believe that's why the ball went so fast. Also, it is also why the indictment, they picked him up without the indictment being unsealed ahead of time. I want to say because I think they wanted to keep it a secret away from his lawyers and everyone else too, because as long as we got you in the area, that is a good thing, which we are glad you did. But it ain't because of no charges. Let me just let you know, bruh. No, you finna be indicted. So I believe that was why they really picked him up sooner than he was supposed to turn himself in, because they wanted to really get, like, how y'all gonna scramble out of this one? Like, because I don't feel like the feds did not want them to be prepared to do one thing when they got a whole other thing going on. So I just been watching and looking and paying attention. But y'all, I'm big. I don't know for how long, but I'm big for the moment. But y'all like the video, please. Share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And maybe I can do this a little more often than not. Let's see what it's talking about. Let's just see.